Hey everybody, Cory Mosley here. I wanted to shoot a quick video blog out to you. Thanks for tuning in. I wanted to talk briefly today for a minute about the idea of help and receiving help. Um, and as you know, I kind of rant about things as I see them unfold in the marketplace. And, it's amazing to me the amount of managers, salespeople, general, any type of manager, especially, not, including the salespeople, but so many people, because there's no shortage of ego in our business, that are so adverse. We see the idea of help, or we see the idea of change, or we see the idea of a new concept or new technique as somehow a validation that we're not doing a good job. And that's not the case. See, a big misconception is that help equals weakness. But the truth is, you ask for help not because you're weak, but so you can remain strong. And I gotta imagine if there's a better way or an alternate way or a new technique or a new process that you could be using to help you make more money and earn a better living and have a better lifestyle, I'm shocked that you wouldn't necessarily pursue that. And it's one of those things that we can talk about intellectually, but again, when we're in the, when we're in the mix, as I would say, our mind completely shuts off. Oh God, what is this information? Let me protect my territory. But that can be very devastating to your future. I mean, think about the car business. If you've been in the business any length of time, think about it for a second. Think about 5 years ago. Think about 10 years ago. Think about a year ago how much is different and how fast things are moving. So how could any of us take on the approach that we know everything? It's not possible, really. I don't know everything. I'm constantly working with vendors, constantly looking at techniques, constantly reading information outside of the industry that could apply, and we can apply back to training and can apply back to strategy and working with some of the vendors and some of this phenomenal technology that is coming online. So how can we kind of have this tunnel vision about things? And the key here is progressive. The key here is separation. The key here is competitive advantage. Customers have too many options. I mean, let's face it. How many places could I spend 20 grand on a car? How many places could I spend 30 grand on a car, 50 grand on a car, 60 grand on a car? Customers have tons of options. So at the end of the day, it's going to come down to what we're doing different from a competitive advantage. And that's your responsibility to take on that approach. Your responsibility, not just to the dealership, but to yourself personally, to your income. So we have to meet those challenges head on. And, as that saying goes, your mind is like an umbrella. It works better when it's open. I think that's what they say. Uh, that's the challenge. So open your mind, read more, thirst, get a hunger, get a real strong appetite for that information, a real strong appetite for some of the things that you could be doing to get better and be better, and just open that mind, get outside that box. I mean, that's what I'd ask you to do. I sincerely want everybody to make as much money as possible. We're money motivated, we're recognition motivated, and some of us it stops there, and some of us have more of a holistic vision of what we want to do. But regardless of what your individual goal is, certainly we can only get there through absorbing that education. And listen, we all make mistakes. I've made a ton of mistakes. I've had processes or done things through my professional career that just tanked. I always joke when people ask me why I got in the business or how kind of things came together for me. And, I always laugh and I say, I was fortunate enough to work for some organizations that let me spend their money to figure out things that worked and didn't work. So we're going to make mistakes, but we should always be looking, constant improvement, constant learning. And if you'll do that, I guarantee if you just step a little bit, take a couple extra steps, because remember, there's no traffic on the extra mile. So if you just go just a little bit further, reach a little bit higher, you're going to see fantastic results. You'll see changes in how you approach it. You'll see changes in your income. If you're in a leadership role, you'll see changes in how people respond to you as well. So the information's out there. Go after it. Open your mind. Let's get it done. Thanks again.